As far as training goes, what I find is people have aspirations to tackle these issues and motivations because they've been pushed to address it, whether it's in a school or a company. And so I admire that they have these aspirations to provide services for staff, for teachers. But I also am hearing consistently that they don't know where to begin. Or they're going to try to do it on their own. And then they do it on their own and they realize they've just gotten in over their heads. So, what would you say for companies, for businesses, for people who say, yes, we're interested in what you're doing, but let us create a task force, let us assess where we are, and then they attempt to do training on their own. They'll bring in a speaker from somewhere, or they'll suggest reading a book. What is the difference between them bringing in a speaker and suggesting reading a book or a podcast versus your perspective on creating change?
From a business perspective, people would tell me to say, just hire Global Minds United right off the bat. But as a developmental psychologist, I think people have to go through a process. And so I think starting off, people want to try to do it themselves. And then they get in and find that, they don't have the background. Because I think when you're looking and trying to tackle these kind of issues, you're looking at people's behavior. You're looking at their thought processes. And that falls under the realm of psychology. And so I think it's wonderful when people bring in speakers. I think people can learn from speakers. I think that what makes Global Minds United more comprehensive is that we involve the individuals that are being spoken to. And that's a key thing, is that we want people to go through a process themselves. And so you can sit and listen to a story, and it can be something that's very interesting, but how does it move you as an individual through a process? We really are more interactive. So there are parts of our training where we do speak to individuals and are kind of giving them educational information. But then a lot of what we do is having people participate in activities. And those activities are going to make people feel uncomfortable. And that's really part of growth, is being willing and open to be uncomfortable, be honest with yourself, and move through that process.